Project Management. Chapter 2. Setting up a project. Contents: initiating the project, building a project team, analyzing stakeholders, defining details, developing business case, managing risk, planning the project, estimating time. Initiating the project. Its aim is to set out the reasons for a project and context in which it will run. Project managers are to secure briefing, backing, and resources they need from their sponsor to begin a detailed evaluation of the work to be undertaken. Agreeing the brief. The first step is to establish that both manager and sponsor view success in the same terms, but the result to be achieved and the way they will work together to achieve it. Getting the right support. Choose the appropriate type of support you need from your sponsor during this phase is up to degree be dependent on where the idea for the project came from. Top-down initiation. The sponsor delegates the execution of the project to the project manager. It is a critical point for the manager. You can expect strong support from above, but need to secure very clear brief of what is expected of the project. Bottom-up initiation. It shows that those at more junior levels are having initiative rewarded with real responsibility, and this represents an opportunity that should be seized. The priority is to obtain solid support from a sponsor who is fully behind the project. By giving your project a strong and positive identity and making a rewarding environment in which to work, you increase the likelihood that people will give that extra 10% that dramatically increase the quality of their contribution. Number 1. Putting a team together. An effective project manager builds a team with a strong sense of identity. This is often more challenging in a small team than in one with a higher profile and fully dedicated team members. To getting started, hold an initial meeting with all project team members. It is helpful to have sponsor present for a proportion of a kick-off meeting. 3. Developing identity. A strong team is built on a strong identity. Give your project name, but beware of choosing anything too clever. The best names of generally low-key with positive connotation, offering useful shorthand reference for the project. Analyzing the stakeholders. 1. Identifying key players. Stakeholder analysis allows you identify important people and decide where to invest time and resources. It should lead to a communication plan aimed initially canvassing opinion, then providing the right people with timely information throughout the project's life cycle. 2. Performing analysis. Consider every stakeholder in your project in relation to those skills, influence, and attitude. Rate each person or group according to their influence within the project and whether they can be influenced by you as the project manager. 3. Influencing stakeholders. As a general rule, you are unlikely to be able to move strongly negative stakeholders to the positive side, but it may be possible to neutralize their opposition. You need to have confidence to address senior or challenging stakeholders directly. Defining the details. Number 1. Asking for input. In broad terms, defining the scope of your project is done by asking the right people the right question in the right way and recording your findings clearly. The views of the sponsor are good starting point. If your project required an initiation phase, you will have already obtained this from the mandate and the brief. Number 2. Speaking directly. Clients and end users should have significant input into the scope of your project, but also consider those people with whom they interact. It is helpful to speak to anyone who will be responsible for maintaining the product capability or facility that your product will deliver. Number 3. Gathering information. Focused and well-structured conversation not only deliver useful information from the stakeholders, but can also build your credibility with the client. Number 4, understanding your client. Establish how well your client understands the situation surrounding your project and the benefit they expect it to deliver. Number 4, prioritizing features. Take each feature in turns and create designs based on that alone, then consider the results with the client and develop a definition that delivers the perfect mix of features to end user. Number 5, adding creativity. It is worth considering how it can be transferred from delivering a fit-for-purpose solution to be a project that catches the eye for creativity and elegance. Number 6, recording the scope. This is an expansion of the brief, incorporating all the additional information you have gathered from discussion and stakeholders. Once signed off, it becomes a binding agreement between the sponsor, the project manager, and the client. Developing a business case. The business case for a project weighs up two factors: the cost of undertaking the project and the benefits it is likely to deliver. Number 1. Weighing up cost. When assessing the potential cost of your project, make sure you only take future costs into account. Your assessment should include any costs relating to the involvement of your internal firm. Number 2. Assessing benefits. The benefits from a project should be aligned with at least one of the organization's strategic goal, as an increasing revenue or reducing cost. Managing risk. 1. Planning for risk. 2. Dealing with risk. 3. Recording risk. Planning the project. 1. Restate the objective. 2. Brainstorm the products. 3. Brainstorm the task. 4. Place the task in order. Number 5. Confirm the task. 6. Draw deficiencies between tasks. 7. Allocate time to task. 8. Assess and resolve risk. 9. Allocate task. 10. Agree milestones and review points. Estimating time. Number 1. Getting schedule right. 2. Involving the team. 3. Using time estimation formula. How to estimate the time required. A. Break down tasks until you know precisely who is doing what. B. Ask people how long it take to carry out their task. C. Seek advice from those that have done similar tasks before. D. Use a time estimation formula. And that's all for the chapter 2. Thank you for listening.